guys. Today I want to talk to you about the unboxing of some new camera equipment. So it's a surveillance camera and bracket from Hikvision. It's the DC12V PoE 6 megapixel outdoor dome camera. This one is got the iris with a 2.8mm. You can get 4mm, 6mm, 8mm and 12mm. If you want a wide angle view as I do, you want to go with a 2.8, which is the widest, the biggest opening, gives you the widest view, which is the 2.8. It's really, the position's probably going to be about 2 meters from camera to object, so 2.8 is a good focal length for that. So let's get into the box and have a look. So here's the dome camera. As you can see, it's got the H.265 Plus, which talks about the protocol and the encryption it uses for the video. The old one was 264. The 265 reduces your video storage requirements by about 50%. So that's good to have when you're storing video. It's HD video. It runs at about 3072 by 2048 frames, 20 frames per second. So it's a 6 megapixel, waterproof, vandal resistance of the alloy body with a perspex dome. Can take a rated, I can't remember what the rating is for that, but it can take heavy hits. So, and that rating talks about the resistance to strikes. The WDR is wide dynamic range, so that helps with the contrast of images. It's an IXA technology in this particular dome, and that talks about nighttime vision. That's a relatively new technology. It also covers better visibility at night with the RIs. So the infrared, with this technology, it gives you more bright subject matter rather than white. IRs tend to white people out at night. This technology helps reduce that. It also helps with wear and tear on the IR. The technology around the infrared lights reduces the heat and power consumption. That less power means less heat, which means the IRs will actually last longer. Typically after 3 or 4 years you'll start to see your IR lights the bulbs will start to burn out because of the heat. And it's got an SD card storage on board if you want to record locally. Let's open the box and have a look inside. We've got a drill template for mounting, a couple of booklets for information. Got a little CD with some software on it, I imagine. This is a connector to protect the plugs from water. If you have it inside the wall, you don't tend to need that. You have to use that where there's some water ingress. This is a little spanner used for adjusting, taking the dome off. It's a 3-way axis camera, so you need this to loosen the screws, position the camera. It's a little security bit on the end there. Inside the box, got some wall plugs. So that's the unit there. It's made of alloy, pretty tough. The dome's perspex. As you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but inside around the actual camera lens is a piece of foam. That foam protects the dome from refracting back with the IRs light up. That protects the lens from getting that IR light going into the lens, which blows out your image. So that's a good idea to have that. So in this side we have 4 cables coming out of the pigtail. We have RJ45 connector. Now it's a power over Ethernet connection there. If you don't want to run power over Ethernet to that port there, you can run an external power supply in here. It doesn't actually come with that power supply, so you have to buy that, and that can be anywhere from $20 to $40 odd to buy that power supply, or you can run a switch with a power over Ethernet connection there, or you can run an injector that can inject the power into RJ45 into that connector there. These 2 cables here, one's alarm. So this model here is the S model. The S model has alarm through here, if you want to connect up to your existing alarm system, as well as an audio for a mic and a speaker connection here. So that's the camera, and I'll cover the bracket. I bought the camera with the bracket. This is the bracket. So this is a wall mounting bracket. In the box you get some concrete screws. These are expansion bolts for the bracket. The bracket has 4 holes. It's made of alloy. It has a weight rating of 3 kilos, so you bolt that to a concrete wall typically, or a timber wall, and put some heavy bolts in there. You feed your cables in through here, which I'm not going to do, and you basically, these cables hang out the back once they're mounted, and you make the connections inside the wall, so it's all vandal proof. The dome hangs like that, and the cables are hidden. The dome is very robust once you've mounted it. It's all alloy and heavy perspex, so it can take a fair bit of knock. This, I won't go into pulling the dome apart and doing the adjustments. I can do that in a later video if people are interested. This camera kit was bought locally for me in Brisbane from a company called Digital SI. They're at Salisbury. They have only genuine stock advertised, and this camera comes in at about $200. You pay about $10 extra for the S model, which is what we have here with the alarm connections and the audio. The bracket comes in at about $28. So it's pretty reasonable. If you've got to buy the adapter for the power supply, but like I said, they're about $25 to $50 depending where you get them. And that's pretty much it. So that's the camera, the bracket, and I can go through later on adjusting it, putting it together, and let you know how that all worked out. Thanks for watching.